Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course, and as you can see from the title of this video, we're going to be talking about a few different topics today, including Pastor Jamal Bryant has tied the knot again, and we're going to talk about Diddy. He needs to use your phone, okay? And we're also going to talk about a clip from tonight's upcoming episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. Now, before we get into these stories, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video and please subscribe to the channel. Everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. And the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary on the soundbite is allowed. Okay. So let's get into Pastor Jamal Bryant's new nuptials to Minister Dr. Carrie Turner. So let's get into it. I want to get into the fashions of it all, as you can see. Now, I remember it's one of my favorite movies. It's called Steel Magnolias. It stars Julia Roberts, Sally Field, Dolly Parton, a lady named Olympia Dukakis, who has passed away. Rest in peace to her, and Shirley MacLaine. So, like, if you've got a little inner white girl in you, you may love this movie. So, really good acting. It does get sad. But Shelby, played by Julia Roberts, she's getting married, and her wedding colors are blush and bashful. And her mother, played by Sally Field, said her colors are pink and pink. The film takes place in Louisiana. Let me know in the comments if you've ever watched Steel Magnolias. And they made a Black version on Lifetime, starring Jill Scott and I believe Felicia Rashad. But anyway, blush and bashful. And then Sally Field said, the church looks like it's been drenched in Pepto Bismol. That is what I thought of when I looked at Pastor Jamal Bryant's wedding photos. So as you can see, Dr. Carrie Turner, she is wearing a pink and silver jumpsuit. And then she has this elaborate, dramatic pink train that I assume perhaps is detachable, like at their reception. Maybe she detached it. I don't really know. But look at the video, look at the picture to the very left. So when they were standing there and the minister, is saying part of his speech, if you will, as part of their nuptials for the ceremony, I was thinking she was wearing a pink gown, and that was a part of her train. Then once I went to the next slide and I see their photo, he's sitting, she's standing. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's a jumpsuit. Y'all, in the comment section on the Shade Room, people are saying, is this like a wedding scene from the film Wicked? If you're familiar, Wicked is coming out next weekend. It's going to focus on the Wicked Witch of is it the Wicked Witch of the West from the story The Wizard of Oz? And an actress, I believe her last name is Enviro. I think is it Cynthia Enviro? She's playing the witch. She played Harriet Tubman, excellent actress. And Ariana Grande is playing Glinda the Good Witch. I am so excited. I cannot wait to see this film. I believe it's going to be highly successful. It does have some competition because Denzel Washington's Gladiator comes out next weekend as well. And I know Denzel has a loyal fan base made up of multiple races, both genders. So I'm sure the production company is confident his film will perform well. But I'm definitely going to support Wicked that first weekend. And then that next weekend, which is Thanksgiving, I will check out Gladiator. So, but anyway. People were saying if Pastor Jamal Bryant's wedding was a scene from Wicked. Some people said it looked like a ghetto prom. Just really went in. I was just very shocked, but it's her wedding. She can wear whatever she wants. I was just shocked by both the color of her look, and it was a pantsuit. and the train. And then he's wearing like a very deep forest green suit. So then some people said, what in the AKA is going on? You know, I don't know. I don't know. Like his suit, I try to justify it. I'm like, well, it is fall. So maybe he felt like he would wear a darker color. But what would be wrong with a black tuxedo? And her outfit, a pink jumpsuit, I could see perhaps her changing into that at the reception, perhaps. But at the end of the day, it was their wedding, not mine. As long as they were happy, that's all that matters. But I just thought that that was very interesting. Now, if you were, it maybe even if you're not following Tasha K at this moment, but if you were following her at least a year ago, year and a half ago, she broke the story that these two were dating. And allegedly, and according to Tasha K, I'm just repeating it, during one of her Fuckery Fridays, she was saying that they were dating, and allegedly Dr. Carey moved from Texas to Georgia because of a scandal at a church there, honey. Allegedly. And I ain't gonna say what she said the scandal was, but you're smart. I'm sure you can put two and two together. There was some sort of love triangle going on, and I'm gonna leave it there. Allegedly. But congratulations to them. Now, as you all know, Pastor Jamal Bryant has been the senior pastor at New Birth Missionary Baptist Church in Stonecrest, Georgia since December 2018. And before that, he was the pastor of the Empowerment Temple African Methodist Episcopal Church in Baltimore for 18 years. And we know that he was also married to Giselle Bryant from the Real Housewives of Potomac. And we know what happened with that marriage as well. That's why if you follow me on Instagram, I posted this story on my IG stories and I said no comment. So we will leave it there. I wish their marriage well. All right. So let's move right along. So then we have Diddy. Now, he needs to use y'all's phones, y'all. This is a lot, okay? So I am getting this information from legalaffairsandtrials.com. I'll post the link to this article in the description box, okay? Go with me on this trip. Diddy allegedly, according to federal prosecutors, is doing a lot. Okay. I don't even think I've ever seen this written in an episode on Power. But Combs's attorneys, Diddy's attorneys, they have, renewed their bail motion. He's trying to get out. And in federal prosecutors' response to his bail motion, they are accusing Diddy of obstruction, saying that they have reviewed dozens of jail calls from Diddy, and they are saying that he is violating the Bureau of Prisons, or BOP's, rules and regulations. One of the things that he is doing is he is making three-way calls. So let's say Diddy calls you. He's asking you to call someone else, and the three of y'all are on the phone. That is a violation of the Bureau of Prisons regulations. There's more. He is being accused, allegedly, of paying other inmates to use their access codes to use the phone. The reason why Diddy would do that is because he knows that federal prosecutors are reviewing his jail calls. They're listening to what he's saying, and he doesn't want them to know what he's trying to do, his strategies for trying to get out of jail. So apparently, when you are in prison, for you to use the phone, there is a personal access code that is attached to you. So Diddy has people paying inmates to give them their access codes so that he can talk under them, and federal prosecutors won't know that he's on these phone conversations to tap into those. And that is a violation of BOP regulations as well. This is crazy. There is more. So I want to quickly show you all a video that I know that you remember. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, let's see here. Yep. I want to make sure that you all can see it. Okay, perfect. This is coming from the Neighborhood Talk. I'm going to mute my mic so that you all do not have an echo. But remember this video? Please hit the like button.
To Daddy, happy birthday to Daddy. Happy birthday. Keep going. Happy
birthday
to Daddy.
Keep going,
Go. Happy birthday to Daddy. Yay!
We
love you too.
Love you, Pastor.
I can't wait to see y'all.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see y'all. And I just want to say I'm proud of y'all, especially the girls. I mean, all of y'all, but just for being strong. Thank y'all for being strong, and thank y'all for being by my side and supporting me. I love y'all. I got the best family in the world. My birthday, I'm happy. Thanks to y'all giving me this call. Thank you very much. I love y'all.
We love you more too. Can't wait to see you in a couple of days.
I'll see y'all in a couple of days.
Say it again.
What do you say?
I love you, Daddy.
I
Yeah.
love you too, baby.
Yo, Pops.
Hi, we're right here.
Chance right here on the phone too.
Pops, love eating all your cake, so you're not gonna have none left.
She's literally digging her face in it.
You're gonna have to buy you a new one. Yo, she's face down in the cake right now.
Say hey, Chance.
Happy birthday to my.
We
love you.
Chance is right here too. If you can hear on the phone. One more time.
Hey, Chance.
Happy birthday.
Thank you, baby. I love you.
Love you too. Miss you. See you soon.
Okay.
All right. Sing happy birthday.
Remember that video when it was Diddy's birthday about a month or so ago? Well, Diddy is being accused of pretty much pre-producing that video and making sure that it hit the blogs to try and garner some sort of sympathy and support for him. You know, he used his adorable, like grandbaby-ish, I believe that's Quincy's baby. We all know Quincy is not Diddy's biological son, but he loves on him like a son. He is the son of Kim Porter and Albie Shore. So Diddy wanted them to make that video where they're calling him and he's celebrating his birthday from prison, and the beautiful baby is saying happy birthday to you, and she's so adorable, and you go, oh, and they put that adorable pink little suit on her. He wanted them to make that video to try and garner some support for him. And although I find that kid to be beautiful, Diddy, it doesn't take away what you've been accused of, bro. Like, it doesn't work. I'm not brainwashable. So also, according to federal prosecutors, he's logging into like the computers that I guess the inmates can use. And he's been trying to study the analytics on how well that video performed on social media. Isn't that crazy? He is so strategic on trying to get out of prison. And what my commentary on this is, if he is this methodical and laser focused from prison, he needs to stay behind bars, because if he gets out and his trial allegedly starts in just 6 months next May, no telling what he could do as a free man between now and May. So I say keep him locked up, y'all, because I was also like, while working yesterday, I was listening to Tupac Hit 'Em Up. And of course, when YouTube sees you searching for something, all these other related videos pop up, including this short of Snoop Dogg saying how he didn't like the song because he was like, dude, you're opening up the door for so much beef. And there were also a part of the video was people asking the question if Tupac's Hit 'Em Up is cursed, because a lot of the people associated with the record, including all of the rappers, I'm not going to say all of the rappers, I'll say at least some of the rappers and producers involved, are allegedly no longer with us. So it's interesting that this story comes out today of all of Diddy's alleged workings from behind bars. And then I saw that video yesterday. So if he could do this much from behind bars, it would just be off the chain if he got out. And I feel like he should stay in. And also, I was looking for this video. Shout out to the Neighborhood Talk for pulling it back up, because the Neighborhood Talk and all of the blogs, they post so many stories each day. I was like, oh my gosh, it's going to take me forever to scroll through them to find that old video. But they already brought it back up for us with this allegation that he was studying the analytics and he planned that whole thing. So right above it, there is a story of I'll Be Sure posing the question, why would Quincy still be so attached to Diddy, knowing how he allegedly abused his mom, Kim Porter? So let's take a look at that really quickly. So no music. I saw this post last night because it is November 15th was the day that Kim Porter passed away. And yes, he was playing Mariah Carey's Butterfly. I saw that last night right before, I went to sleep. So it was, I'll Be Sure saying, and it's also coincidental, Mike Tyson is fighting tonight. I remember you and I used to go to his fights and kick it with Mike Tyson. And someone messaged messaged underneath his post and said, well, if Quincy unblocked him. And I'll Be Sure says, the real question is he still following a man that abused his mother? He knows it very clearly. Now, I'll Be Sure and Quincy, they are rebuilding their relationship. In recent weeks, someone did tag Quincy and ask him, are you and your dad cool? And he said, we homies. And that's not your average statement that you would say about your parent. You would say, I love them, or we're close, or we're working on a relationship. He said, we homies. So that was all that I needed to know about that. But I do think that they are in a better place. I think there was a time where they did not talk. And I think that Diddy was there to serve like a father figure. And in my opinion, it appears that that is how Diddy has wanted it. He wanted to be the bigger influence in Quincy's life over I'll Be Sure. And I think it just comes from a desire to be in control. And he probably mentally thinks, if I could be closer to someone who's not even biologically my child, and he looks just like his dad, ooh, that would be great. Some people have this feisty, aggressive, spicy desire just to control people. And Diddy definitely comes off that way, in my opinion. So that is something that was posted on the Neighborhood Talk. So this is the interaction between I'll Be Sure and the fan. Has he unblocked you? And I'll Be Sure said, the real question is he still following a man that abused his mother? And he knows it very clearly. Think about that when you're sitting at your desk at work on Monday, trying to unravel this mystery in your mind. So I'll Be Sure, he's very dramatic online, I will say that. And he goes on to say, at any moment you can say, rest in peace, Miss Porter. That's the purpose of this tribute to her on the day she was taken from us. And then the fan says, my bad, I'm just following you. Rest in peace, Miss Porter. So I'll Be Sure was also a little irritated that during his tribute to Kim Porter on the day of her passing yesterday, that someone would, bring up the distance between he and Quincy. Okay. So let's move on to Love and Marriage Huntsville news. So let's get back to the slides here. And let's see. Okay, so if you are on Instagram or if you follow some other great bloggers on YouTube, like What's Happening, you may have seen this clip of Marquez, Trish, and Ken. They are discussing the kids. So I do want to go ahead and play this clip, and then I will come back with my commentary.
You hug my daughter at night? Do you pray? Do you hug my daughter at night, bro? Honestly, do you hug my daughter at night? Yeah, we definitely show. Do you do? Yeah. Her and my daughter are really good friends. They spend the night together. Like exactly. Yeah, okay. We do. How do I know that? But here's the thing. Why would you know? What you mean? Because he's around my daughter and my son. I cut them umbilical cords. I don't care. What do you mean you don't care? So you can erase. You can erase 10 years. Just because he does that doesn't mean you don't have to pull up and do the same damn thing. Nobody has stopped you. Nobody has said you can't come and see your kids. Never. So first of all, do you hug my daughter at night? Do you pray? I don't care. Do you hug my?
Okay, so Marquez was asking Ken, do you hug my daughter at night? And Ken says, yes, we pray. We're very affectionate. Your daughter and my daughter are friends. They sleep at each other's houses. They talk. And, Marquez, I guess Trish was irritated that Marquez would question Ken on how close he is with his kid. And Trish says, you don't do it and nobody is stopping you. So I want to see, of course, you all know I love those first couple seasons of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I know that we are far removed from those types of conversations, but I want to see how production is going to paint this. Are they going to try and make Marquez look totally unreasonable for wanting to pose these questions? I know that he moved to Atlanta. I know that he separated from Trish and his kids, but I just don't want the fact that, Ken is like a side dude, no matter how he tries to slice it and dice it. I don't think we should water down this situation simply because the side piece happens to be a guy who is helping Trish monetarily provide for the kids. And I think naturally in this world, I feel like women always get the short end of the stick, the brunt of the judgment and the judgment and the critiques is always going to be more harsh on the female side. Now, has anyone assigned a nickname to Ken like Ariane is coleslaw? I don't see anyone calling him fries or pickles, but I think that we focused on Marquez leaving and Ken is like taking the girl to dance rehearsal and he pays for this and pays for that. That's great, but he is doing that for children that belong to a married woman. That is the problem that I have. And just like I have a problem with coleslaw, trifling ways, I think he's trifling too. The only thing is he's shelling out some money. And he seems to like dating married women for whatever reason, because in last week's episode, he said he dated another married woman. And so, I don't think that's cool. So we have to see how they play this. If Marquez was just brought on board to make him look like the butthole deadbeat dad who doesn't really help, and then Ken is supposed to look like the knight in shining armor, and then they ignore the fact that he's the side dude. We'll have to see how they play it. But also at the same time, I want to talk about the Love and Marriage Huntsville Instagram page. So far, I've only seen one clip for tonight's upcoming episode, and this is the scene that they chose to show. No other scenes, nothing involving anyone from the core six at minimum, nothing of Melody. So I don't know if it's just going to be a filler episode, lackluster, for them to actually promote with this clip, but we will definitely have to see. And throughout the day, I was checking Monique Samuel's Instagram, Carlos King's Instagram. It looks like he's just traveling, but she said, she reposted the clip that's on the blogs now about her talking about Carlos King doing her worse than Bravo. And she captioned it with "not one lie told." He doesn't seem to have made a response. So I'll continue to check his Instagram to see if he gives any sort of subliminal. There was one where he's traveling though. So it's a picture of him. And in the next slide, he says like, "I'm rebranding." And he captioned it with the deuce deuce. Excuse me. So I don't know if that means, I don't know if it just means deuce deuce because he's traveling, or if it's on a deeper level, like he's leaving the show. For the most part, I don't think that he would quit LAMH because although he seems to not really care about the #1 fan base, we all know that that is his bread and butter. I feel like he keeps banking on his other shows to be just as successful as LAMH, but none of them have quite gotten there. So we will see what this episode gives, and I'll definitely, give a recap tomorrow. But I thank you all so much for checking out this video. Please hit the like button on this video, as it is a free way of supporting the channel. And please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit if you have not already done so. I hope that you are having a great weekend so far. I went to Starbucks this morning, and then I went to the gym. Then I came home, got dressed, and I met with my friend Daniel. We used to work together. We met up for lunch. We had Thai at an amazing Thai restaurant. And then I came home and I made this content. Before I went to the gym, before I went to Starbucks, I read, about Diddy. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So I knew I wanted to talk about it. And I just had to talk about the fashions of Pastor Jamal Bryant's wedding. So definitely let me know in the comments what you think of these stories. And I will talk with you all soon. Bye.